Welcome back, viewers. We're still on to the press, and we've now been joined by our guest engineer Toba Owojaiye, who's a public affairs analyst. You're welcome to the studio this morning.
Good morning. Looking good.
Thank you. It's always great to have you in the studio.
Thank you very much.
All right, viewers, this is also the segment where our phone lines are now open for you to call in and join the conversation as it progresses this morning. Mr. Toba, how are you doing today?
Doing good. It's a rainy day, but it's a good day.
Absolutely a good day, and there are quite a number of stories on the front page this morning, but I want us to take it from the local government autonomy. It says 13 states rush to hold council polls, and Bauchi fixes local government poll for August 19, Kogi election holds October 19, Jigawa, Imo, Anambra, Abia, Katsina, Kebbi, Benue set for exercise. You know, people will wonder, oh, so it's now that people are beginning to wake up. So is it because now there's some sort of autonomy, financial autonomy, and then they can now do things on their own? That's the reason why some of these state governments have decided, oh, we need to quickly get this election started. Let's get your opinion on it.
For me, this is about the best thing Tinubu has done in his entire administration. The fact that governors can sit down on allocation, sit down on money that should go to the local government, and they just use it as they feel. They set up caretaker committees who are their pals or their aides, do almost nothing. They pay money to those guys, have it in a joint account. Whatever they want to give them, they give them. Whatever they want them to give them back, they give them back. But why the chairman couldn't do much was because there was another part of the law that didn't empower them. A governor previously was able to remove a local government chairman. A local government chairman is a duly elected officer. He's elected every 3 years. Now it has been changed to every 4 years. So the governors were with your money, and the governors were with the power to remove you any day. So it made the local government chairman very weak and susceptible to the governors. And the governors had the right to hold the elections or not hold the elections, or set up a caretaker committee like what they've done. 22 out of 36 states do not have a local government chairman now. So this change of law now says if you don't have a local government chairman, you are not going to get this allocation. So that's why you're seeing all the governors fixing dates to have their election as fast as possible, because you see, follow the money. They could have been taking us left, right, and center. Follow the money. Once you see that the money will not come to them and will not come to their state at all, will not come to their local government, now they have all rushed out. This is, for me, the best move so far by the Tinubu administration. Governors will have to work.
You know, talking about governors having to work, there are other conversations around this that, so if this actually didn't happen, this local government autonomy, if the case was not actually won, even though we have governors coming out to say, oh, it's a good thing, it released us of all the financial burdens and all of that. We heard from the NGF, the Nigerian Governors Forum, and, you know, they talked about how it will make everything super easy for them. So if it was supposed to make everything super easy, why didn't they agitate for this from the onset?
They had to be dragged by the federal government to the Supreme Court to do this. So this is just window dressing. People need to understand when people are just pandering on street, we call it now capping. They're just plain window dressing for us. They want to run the system. They want to be in control of every single person, which most times helps them to win. What is good for us is that the local government chairmen do not have immunity. Do you understand that?
Absolutely.
So if a local government chairman gets the money directly and misuses the money, we can sue him. We can arrest him. But we can't arrest a governor. The governor has immunity. So this is very good for us. The money is getting to somebody that we can sue.
Especially at the grassroots level, somebody that can be seen. Let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. You're welcome to the press, sir. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Abdulmalik Yobe.
All right.
I'm calling from Damachu, the Yobe State Capital.
All right. Please join the conversation, Mr. Abdulmalik.
It's good to have you.
Pleasure.
I just want about this topic of local government autonomy.
Yes.
Honestly, the president Bola Ahmed Tinubu has done a great thing that no any other president has done. By granting, taking it to the Supreme Court and making the local government to have autonomy. The local government itself is a kind of structure that is closer to the people.
Absolutely.
So in any way that you are looking for development, you have to bring the government close to the people. That is number one.
Absolutely.
Number two, the chairman knows exactly where it pinches in the shoes of his locality.
Of course.
So he can be able to execute projects that will touch the lives of the people. Thirdly, the local people around will have a kind of job employment, and they will have full benefit from the grant of the local government.
All right.
And lastly, if there is any issue of a kind of financial misappropriation by the local government chairman, the local government chairman could be sued immediately because he has no immunity and is going to be accountable for every penny that he misappropriate.
All right.
But there is a problem.
Okay, what's the problem?
The problem is this. In every state around, they are the sisters of the federation.
Yes.
The governors themselves, they are the problem, they are the sole problem of this or of their state. If you are talking about any problem that is, let's say, financial and otherwise, they are the problem.
Okay.
Because they have control of the financial, let's say, the financial structure of the state.
Okay,
They
but that has changed,
finances,
right?
They
Yes.
control everything.
Yes.
Now, even coming to the issue of primary election for the local government, they are the godfathers of this politician. So they try to a kind of
Influence it.
place anyone they want to. They want him to be the chairman.
Yes, I
So
get
the
it.
problem I kind of pinpointing here is this: every chairman you see around that has become a chairman in a particular local government under
Please, we need you to round up your thoughts, okay?
is being controlled by his governor.
All right.
So I just want to use this medium to a kind of let those people that are going to contest as the chairman to be very careful, because the governors, they are going to use them, and at the end of them they are going to be prosecuted and jailed. Now
Absolutely.
let's take for instance,
Sir,
before
please, we need you to round up your
time is
thoughts.
up,
Your
sir.
time is up, sir.
it's okay, I'm sorry, just give me a few seconds. Before this autonomy,
Yes.
the governor will just kind of send a memo to a chairman
Okay.
that he should sign. They are going to release 100 million to him. He should sign that it's going to be 100 million. But at the end of it, he's going to be given 10 million. And the remaining 90 million is going to be taken to the pocket of the governor. That is exactly what they are doing.
All right.
So the chairman should elect, or to be elected, should be very, very careful, because they are going to be accountable.
Absolutely.
They are going to be accountable.
All right, thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for that. Thank you so much. You know, before he made the statement, I was going to get there. So what happens, what's the place of influence of the governors? Because at this point now, they understand the place of this financial autonomy. And what they would want to do right now is to ensure that they have control over whoever is going to be sitting as a chairman, as a local government chairman in any of the local government areas. So they will want to ensure that they have access to them. Hello, good morning. Apologies, please, when you're calling us, ensure you turn down the volume of your TV set or your radio, whatever you have around you, so we can have a smooth conversation. So that's why I had to just drop that call. So there's also a conversation of the kind of influence that they will want to have and the kind of elections that they will want to conduct, especially this one they're conducting in a hurry. But I think we have a call back. Oh, sorry, we lost it. So please go ahead.
In my opinion, okay, person's calling back.
Okay, hello, good morning. No way, please go ahead.
In my opinion, you see, once you give a man power, the reason why we've had this all the while was because the governors had the power to remove the local government chairman. You have the power to remove me, you have the money in your hand, then I don't have anything. That's what we had before.
Yes.
But right now, The local government chairman now has 4 years. The local government chairman now has his money coming to him directly. The local government chairman cannot be removed by the governor at will. This gives them spine now. It's like what you're seeing between Wike and
I was about to go there. That
Yes.
does it mean that what happened in River State can no longer happen?
This is what we're saying. Everybody will now have spine. I'm accountable for the money. EFCC is going to call me, not call you. So the governor is going to be careful what he even says to the chairman. The chairman is going to become his own boss.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Oh, we lost that again.
All right. So you're saying the local government chairman is going to become his own boss. So you feel like this godfatherism thing will somehow
Yeah,
be
it won't die off
stemmed?
immediately, but this is the way to go. See, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
We have too much power in the center, in the federal. We have too much power in the states. There's hardly any development in the center and in the states. What has been wrong with Nigeria is that a project may be the best place to locate a project may be in Bayelsa. And we, because of the federal, who is on the seat, may locate that project in Zamfara State. A project may be best within a state, let's say Kaduna, in southern Kaduna, and it is going to, they will go and relocate that project to Zaria. They will now start trying to use trailers to move the products. But if we give local governments the power that they have, if a project is in the local government, set up by the local government, then there's no place the local government can take that project to outside its local government. The greatest and fastest way to develop Nigeria now is to put power in the local government. If I have the right and the opportunity to advise the president, I will even put mining in the local governments. I'll put mineral resource. Let Bayelsa's oil be owned by the local government. Let them pay a certain percentage to the state government. Let them pay a certain percentage to the federal government. This way, everybody will leave Abuja and go back to their village. You have 774 chairmen. Those chairmen will become governors. Because what am I doing here? If I know my local government chairman directly, I know my needs, I know what he can do, I know what I can do, and he has the funds on hand.
What about the place of absolute power corrupts?
It's not absolute. They still have government. What I'm saying is projects, things that should be done. Some governors don't know how many schools are in their state. But a local government chairman must know the number of schools in his place. A local government is not that big.
Of course.
He must know the number of schools. He must know the number of health care. We cannot hold him directly. He cannot say this school is bad and he doesn't have what to fix it. The money is with you, sir. We saw the allocation. And the allocations will come out. And we can hold you. You have no immunity. So it means once we probe you, you can be arrested. But a governor cannot be arrested. See, a governor can defect to any party. I hope you understand that. People don't get
Absolutely.
that part. If a governor defects, what are you going to do? Nothing. He can be. He has immunity. The president has immunity. Let us move power to the people closest to us who don't have immunity, who can see the projects as it is around them and know what to do with it.
All right, let's talk about how these local government elections are conducted. Now they are trying to conduct elections in a hurry. I'm wondering, how do the people really come into play here with these elections?
The people should bring the best people on ground, because now there's going to be money. If you still choose a weak candidate, a boy, you're still going to have somebody still playing around with money. You still have 774 demigods now. See, the local government chairman of Obiako local government in Rivers is going to be richer than have more money on hand than some state governors in Nigeria. I'm serious.
Of course.
So these are what we're saying. Let us have the best people on ground in a smaller place, a place where 15,000, 20,000 people's votes can decide it. So the person has to be on ground in those places. The people have to know him. Not every week we want to protest, we are looking for the president. It will be easier to protest and look for your chairman. He doesn't have immunity. These are the things we are saying. This is the way to go. The governors are rushing this because of the money involved. Their money is going to be stuck until they have local government chairmen. So all the reasons they had before that they didn't have local government chairman has fizzled out immediately. Some of them who fix next year will have to force that election to happen this year.
Of course, definitely. All right, so let's talk about another angle to this conversation, which is the fact that does it somehow help to stem insecurity? Because looking at when there is a local government chairman, and this is someone who has eyes for the entire local government, who knows what is happening in his or her own local government. It's like having to have maybe a king over a community. They're able to know what's happening. Some of them even know some households. That's how it can be, especially for some local government that are not so big. So do you think this can in any way curb insecurity in most of these communities? Because we know that insecurity is local.
Yeah, insecurity still has a problem because we still have national policing. Policing is still not under even the governor. So the local government chairman can only use his funds and his control to do a few things, but there's not much he can do because the police that is beside him doesn't answer to him. Only answers to him as far as the national wants him to answer to him. If they ask the policeman to pull off now, that chairman is without police protection. So it doesn't immediately solve all our problems, but it solves our problems to the point that many people will stop this rural to urban migration. This is what we're having. Rural, everybody's running to Abuja, running to Lagos, squeezing, congestion, problems. If the money is in your local government, why will I be? And I know the chairman, and I know the land I have in my local government. I know the projects I can do in my local government. I will head back to my local government.
You know, when I saw the president's, relief plan, the 740 trucks of rice that he's distributing, and the first thing that came to mind is, if local governments are functional, if local government chairmen are in their positions across all states, I think this will truly get to the people that really needs it. But at this point, in this case, do you think that 740 trucks will make any difference in the life of Nigerians, especially the indigent ones that really need it? Because when it comes to state level, giving it to state governors, do you really think it will get anywhere? Because it will just be maybe few persons that will actually get access to it. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're welcome to the press. Oh, we lost the person. So please go ahead.
Yes, we talk about last mile delivery. The local government and the wards are the closest to, and the ward chairman are the closest to last mile delivery. It may not fully get to everybody, but at least it is better than from presidency. It's better than from state. Because if it gets to the local government, it may get to local government's ESCO. Then ESCO may give it to youth leader and this person. But it is going to be at least within that community. Some may still be embezzled. You may still have those issues. But why this is good is because this person doesn't have immunity. If he misbehaves and we have the evidence, we can sack him. We can jail him, not even just sack him. Because he doesn't have immunity. The only thing you can do to a governor is start an impeachment process. And it's very hard to impeach a governor. It's very hard.
It will probably take forever.
Yes.
All right, so let's move on to other stories on the paper this morning. We have Kano creates second-class Emirates and governor signs new bill. When you saw this story, what came to your mind, first of all? Especially knowing that some of the Emirates were actually the second-class Emirates. Some of them were reinstalled and some of them
were dropped. Let's try that call if we can.
Don't worry, let's have this conversation first.
Okay, so Kano is a sign that things are changing in Nigeria. We had traditional rulers being very strong, but the constitution has empowered the governor above every traditional ruler in his state. Now, many people do not like that. Many people do not support that. But this is where we are as a constitution. Okay. But it's like in Edo State now, Obaseki had a small issue.
Because very persistent. Let's quickly take
this call.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're welcome to the press. Please tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Please speak up, sir.
We can barely hear you.
Calling Shodi.
Okay, please, Mr. Collins, join the conversation.
Please, I don't know why the analyst was like, each time he was saying about the immunity of the thing. We know quite okay that both the president and the governor have immunity.
Yes.
And it happens that maybe in future time, as this autonomy has been granted, I will see that the chairman, they are not using the allocation given to them.
Sir, could you please step away from the music in your background? It's actually distracting the conversation.
It's one of my phone that was ringing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, can't we have the belief that in time to come that the chairman will also look for immunity?
Okay.
So if I were the one, all these things is just a backup for them to escape with their corruption. I don't know why anything that will benefit the masses is not normally pronounced in our assemblies. All right. Just to make headway. So all those things I happen to see that if it can just be annulled so that there is nothing like immunity, everybody will make sure that whatsoever comes to his or her way will be put into use.
Okay, so you mean across even federal and state levels, that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution.
I believe that everybody will begin to watch his back and everything will be put in place.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much for your contribution. In as much as we've stepped away from this conversation a little, he's also talking about the fact that can we get to a point in Nigeria where even the state government and even the federal government has no immunity?
Yeah,
the president has no immunity.
We can touch it for a minute. The immunity was put for a reason, right? Because governance can become very distracted.
Very.
Imagine if there was no immunity on the president. Now, the president will be in over 5 different courts right now. He will have been sued by this body and sued by this body and sued by this body. Every week he'll be going to court. The governors will be going to court every week because their opposition will constantly sue them.
And probably not even be able to work.
Yeah, so it will be a lot distracting. So I believe that we should ensure that these local government chairmen do not get immunity. They don't need immunity. They can work. They are the last mile of delivery. For now, it's a good thing. We will watch it when we get there. We have CSOs to face them.
I'm actually truly smiling because he also said, what if tomorrow they start agitating for immunity in the name of a distraction to their responsibilities? But that's by the way. So let's get back to the conversation on the Kano.
On Kano. So this is the Emirates being demystified. In Kano we have it, in Sokoto we have it. It will spread around almost all the states.
Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. You're welcome to the press. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Hello, are you there? Hello? Are you there? Please, let's get ahead.
Okay, so
Kano.
The Emirates are now becoming less powerful and the governors are becoming stronger because of the constitution. We saw the Sultan of Sokoto, who is the leader of all Muslims in Nigeria. His power was reduced last week. Right now, the Sokoto state government and House of Assembly have passed a bill where the Emir of the Sultan of Sokoto cannot appoint district heads and cannot remove district heads. You see, once you remove power from a man, the man, no matter who he is, he begins to shrink in office. This is what we are seeing in Kano. We are seeing...
And these are offices that were reverend.
Yes, that were reverend.
You
can't even talk to them. When you go to their house, you sit on the ground. When you go to the palace, you sit on the ground. But this is now being demystified by the Constitution. It is the Constitution that has empowered the governor and the House of Reps over the traditional rulers, which is why the people are having that struggle in their mind, even the followers. It's my emir you are dragging. Yes, the Constitution allows me to drag him. The Constitution allows us to take this matter to court, and the court decides. So in the mind of the people, it's like a child who is mother and father are fighting. So it brings some confusion to the people, but it will be ironed out as time goes on.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. All right, please join the conversation, Mr. Martins.
Yes, I'm enjoying your program.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
In addition to
yes,
the problem of that we rely on more theory than practical.
Theory than practical. Okay.
Yes. Honestly speaking, we know how to tackle our problem by ourselves, but most of the time we either put sentiment, put it's a man-made creation.
Okay.
You see, just an example of what happened.
We're losing your voice.
Okay. All this that has happened, for example, issue of this Boko Haram, many people, we are all witness to it. When we now come back to understand our local content, you can see how the issue is being tackled. So that is how Nigerian problem can as well be tackled. Let us be sincere to ourselves. Issue of IMF, World Bank, European Union policies, whatever policies, are not actually suitable to Nigeria in most cases. In everything that we do, we should look inward and accept what is suitable, obtainable to us as Nigerians.
Yes, sir.
I advise President Bola Tinubu, he has a good intention, but I'm still doubting. Some of these people surrounding him are not really helping him.
All right.
I want him to go further, out of the box, just like as the way military government used to do. If they give order, the order must be followed through to every level. If he starts that one, I am telling you the truth, everybody will sit up. Who is the governor? If the governor claim the Constitution has given him protection, the president has the power to override the governor, even put a state of emergency like Chief did to Joshua Dare in the Plateau State. We are all witness to it.
Yes.
Like this too much of romancing is what gives room for anybody to sit down and do what he likes. And another thing that is giving room for it is this please again that is in Nigerian law, that if somebody should steal 100 million, he can just come and give 50 million and the remaining one will be his own, and then everything closed. All these kind of things are what is giving room to all this embezzlement.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, sir. You're welcome to the call. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yeah, my name is Mazu Korafo from Arif.
Good morning, Mazu. All right, good morning, Mazu.
When I saw the IGP, Chief of Police, everybody talking,
Yes.
I was saying, but the question is this. We have passed this issue of using bicycle or using machine or Okada, or what do they call it, to go and buy.
The pipeline vandalism
It's
case.
need for all the doctors to try as much as possible. I'll do the new that is to tell the local government.
Oh.
Let them get drones. Drones is one of the digital methods they use in fighting all the areas.
We must
If
employ
the
science and
local government will have
technology. Yeah.
one drone, my sister and my brother in the studio, I bet you there is no amount of criminality inside any place that will not be fought. But the question is that we come back, we are good in television talk. That's of security matters. Every small thing comes to television, but at the end of the day, we are just going by really. Talk and do. That is Nigeria is a country full of good policy and continue dangling. Look at what is happening in what is it called? River State. Everybody see nobody talking. The speaker that you agree this out, and you have come to give order that governors should not spend any money. And what gave drugs to people, to the state, to local government, to distribute, to give to young boys, young girls, small children. And those drugs are expiring drugs. They don't have human feeling. How many will the compatriot? How can you announce such drugs to be wasted with your policy that you don't do that? It's very disheartening. Honestly, how many will in the group now? I don't know whether they have turned the state of commotion or confusion or rascality in terms of politics. It is not anything. The masses are the local government people. Think about the head. Think about the educational sectors of that state. Not a question of this. Look, that would tell. Vanity of vanity, all vanities.
All right, thank you so much, Mazio Okorafo. This is quite another angle to the story, but I want you to quickly hit on the Kano State second-class Emirate, so we have a headway with that.
I think we should settle with one top Emir in Kano and then second-class Emirate. I think it's the right way to go. I know there's a political undertone to it, but even the removal of the Emir in the first place also had a political undertone. Politicians should learn to leave our traditional stools alone. Face your politics. You have your votes, you have your people. Let's have our traditional stools that we can respect. However, our constitution has put the governor above the emirs or the traditional stools. This is why we still have this.
But do you fault that part of the constitution that puts them ahead? I want to look at it from the United Kingdom. We have the seat of the Queen, and we have the prime ministers.
Yes.
So if there was a supposed law that puts the Queen, that puts the prime minister ahead of the Queen, do you think they would still have a smooth running?
No, they won't in England, but that's one figure above everyone. In Nigeria, we don't have one traditional ruler that is above everyone, because we are nations actually together. So there's not one person who you can say you can put ahead of the president. But in the States, you can have that. So there will not be a uniformity to that. And if you do that, I will have suggested that they should be like how you have a separate arm of government. We should have the traditional stools as a fourth arm of government. It's like how you have
After all, the traditional stools tend to have a lot of influence on people.
As you have the judiciary, as you have the executive, as you have the legislative, I propose that there should be a fourth arm of government, which should be the traditional stools. There should be another way to balance power. This way, we won't have what we are having. Remember, I was the first to propose this.
Okay, it's noted. Don't worry, this clip will be kept for future reference in case something eventually happens. But let's talk about the implication of this for Owojaiye.
He knew what he was going into from the first day. From the moment he took the position from Sanusi, he knew this day may come. Kano has, for the last 1,000 years, had one emir. Now, you were the first to have it splitted within your time to 5 emirates. Now they have gathered it back to one. You can't blame whoever followed the tradition of 1,000 years over you who just benefited for, let's say, 4 or 8 years. Are you going to say that they should throw away 1,000 years? They will say this is the pattern we have had for 1,000 years. We had a short glitch, but now we have fixed it. So he should take it as it is. He's not a poor man. He's not a disrespected man. He didn't push himself for the position, and he didn't remove himself. In the Hausa world, they believe that power belongs to God. Whatever happens is the will of God. So there's no fight here.
Okay. Absolutely. All right, now, so let's talk about other stories. Let's talk about the minimum wage. Now, there's a conversation. The NLC vows 1 month protest if NAS passes obnoxious wage law. Now, they are waiting for the bill to pass through the National Assembly for legislation, and Labour is already threatening, like, in case you people pass one obnoxious bill, 30-day strike straight. Let's get your opinion.
I'm tired of minimum wage.
They've had meetings upon meetings.
I am tired of NLC. I just, as a person, I'm tired. I don't, because it just looks like a thorn in the flesh right now. A bill, we have not seen the bill. We would have loved to see the bill to know what it contains. Them threatening the, well, I won't call it threatening, let's call it cautioning. Them cautioning them is, I don't know what it will do. Let the bill come out. If you want to do a 30-day strike, by here. Nigerians are very tough. As far as the bill comes out and you don't have the power to put off the lights and switch off the water of Nigeria, we'll be with you.
You know, talking about this bill, but let me quickly
That's what I
take this
expect
call.
the bill should contain.
Let me quickly take this call, and there are some dynamics in my head, but let's quickly take this call. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, you're welcome to the press.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Bring colleague.
Okay, please join the conversation. You have just a minute, though.
Let me ask you people first.
Okay.
Like the analyst, let my question go straight to you.
All right, straight up to him.
If you are one of the members of the National Assembly now, and they happen to say that your minimum wage is 62,000, will you accept it? What? Now, we are deliberating on the issue of minimum wage, which the Labour said they want 250,000. The federal government was saying about 50,000. As done, they have it. I don't know the governor that says it's going to pay 70,000.
Edo State.
You see, if you look at all these things, if we really want free and fair election,
Yes.
all the excesses of the National Assembly must be brought down to our level. I was like going through.
Your time is almost up. You have just a few seconds more.
Okay, I was like going through a flex like that. You know, our senator is collecting more than the president of the United States. Senators.
All right, your time is up.
We still don't have money. Keep on borrowing.
All right.
Doesn't make sense.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution. What a question to you.
Yeah, let me answer him. A bank will not pay its cleaner and its MD the same money.
I think there's also a line that people need to understand, that minimum is the least.
You see, I think that's why people don't seem to understand what
It sounds like that's the only amount that
that's the
you're
amount
supposed
of
to earn.
money everybody is going to get. No bank pays his cleaner and his MD the same money, because they both don't have the same access to power.
Absolutely.
They both don't have the same access to decision making. One person's work is to keep the bank clean. One person's work is to ensure that the bank is running and being profitable.
sustainable.
With that, he has access to funds. If I was a corrupt person and a president, I don't need salary. Because you have power, you have everything, you can touch anything you want. It's going to be counterproductive. People always think if you make the president earn 0 naira is better. It's not better, it's just hypocritical. Yes, I agree that there are a lot of things going on in the Senate that could be capped. If I was the president, I won't give any senator a jeep. However, we had 1 or 2 senators and House of Rep members who came from virtually nothing. We had a man in Kaduna State who was a former keke rider.
Yes, absolutely.
Now he's a House of Rep member. We will not allow him drive to the House of Rep in keke.
Bike, yes.
If he gets kidnapped, what do? The ransom will be big. So some of these things have to come into play. But also the Senate and the President have to understand that the people are going through a tough time, and they too should reflect that they are understanding of this in their spendings and their allocations to themselves. We expect them to be frugal. We expect them to reduce their spending, because Nigerians are in a turnaround point. At the turnaround point of our history, we are not seeing the presidency or the Senate or the governors bearing in this pain with us. And I understand the cry of the people.
All right, in 1 minute before we go, what do you think is going to come out of this accent to the bill? Because there, there's been cases of 60,000 to 62,000. What are you expecting?
I've told you from 5 months ago that I expect it to be 72,000. I've told you from 5 months ago, and I'm still waiting for it to get there.
Okay, thank you very much for your time today. I really do hope that there's that generosity of up to an extension of 10,000 naira, like you just said. Thank you so much for your time today.
It was nice having
Engineer Toba, Owojaiye, really appreciate you. All right, viewers, thank you so much for being a part of the show today. Thank you so much for calling in. We told you your calls always add colors to the show. Thank you for being a part of it. I am Olamide Alhassan, and I'll see you again later. Bye for now.